But yeah, man, welcome back to the Snake Trap Sessions. I am so excited to be back. What is up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? Beautiful day here at the trap. Beautiful sunny San Diego. Man, I love this city. If you've never been to this city, I highly recommend you come check it out. We got amazing Mexican food, taco shops that don't close at all. Even on Christmas they're open, it's crazy. Yeah, a lot of good things about San Diego, and I'm pretty sure you already know. Awesome weather. We got a late summer, I believe, because now it's starting to get really hot. We also live in the best country on earth. It's right there. How's everybody's weekend? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. It was pretty mellow. The majority of my weekends are pretty mellow nowadays. I used to be a madman at one point.
We're gonna show this world a thing or two. We're gonna show.
Snake Game Saved Me, episode 15. Therapeutical things I like to do, keep me balanced and calm. I like to water plants, water earth. I'm not saying this is anything nice or anything, but hey, I keep this stuff alive for the most part. Gotta fix that. That's better. Always make sure that flag is nice and neat. Love my country. Front yard of the trap. So 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, as the sun's going down, catch me in my front yard, watering down these plants. Plants are a living thing. Plants need water. So if you got plants, water them. Delilah, you love plants? Excuse me. Do you love plants? Do you love plants? Okay. It's a yes. Lila loves all living things. Delilah's a really good dog. So yeah. Take care of your plants. Mangrove cat snakes! Mangrove cat snakes! Mangrove cat snakes! We're here. Episode 9. Are you ready? Venomous snakes. Rear fang venomous snakes. I'll tell you what, not as high of a potency as a rattlesnake or a cobra, but I've seen cases where these mangroves bites have done some serious damage. It's just something you don't want to risk. You don't want to get bit by a mangrove. You don't want to let a mangrove chomp on you because you just don't want to even take it there. Venom isn't as high as a typical venomous snake. Mangrove cat snakes, we're gonna get right into it, guys. Episode 9, pretty excited. Break down the mangroves for you. We have Raekwon, one of my nicest mangroves, who's in a really bad shed cycle right now. So unfortunately, he's not gonna look his prime time, but he's still gonna make the episode. Take a look at the mangroves. We'll talk about what we can do to help a snake with bad shed and whatnot, and we'll take it from there. So let's get started. Let's head to the trap. Welcome to another session of the Snake Trap Sessions. What up to all my trappers out there? What up to all my new trappers out there? Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave me a comment, and don't forget about our giveaway at 500 subscribers. A free female GHI produced here at the trap once we hit 500 subscribers. So let's go and keep pushing that. But yeah, guys, welcome back to the Snake Trap Sessions. Now, in this session, what we're gonna go ahead and discuss: mangrove cat snakes. Mangrove cat snakes. Mangrove cat snakes. Yes, mangrove cat snakes, also known as BOIGA dendrophilia. I'm not good at pronouncing these scientific names, guys, so if it's not pronounced right correctly coming out of my mouth, I apologize. don't shoot me or leave me a comment about it. Tell me how I pronounce it right. That'd be great. Really exciting snakes to keep here at the trap. That keeps me on my toes, I'll tell you that much. For the most part, they're pretty docile. They kind of stay calm, they're chill. Handling is a case by case. Hey, snakes they all have different personalities. I think a lot of people think snakes are snakes, which is true, but snakes also have moods. They got attitudes, you know what I mean? They got times where they just don't want to be messed with. So I'm pretty good at reading on what snakes don't want to be messed with, what snakes like to be messed with. To break down a mangrove cat snake, right? Mangrove cat snakes. They call them mangrove cat snakes due to their eyes. Their eyes are very cat-like. They stick out. They have those pupils that are very sharp and down, kind of like a cat, Mangrove cat snakes are basically called mangrove cat snakes because of the eyes, right? I feel like they're also called mangrove cat snakes due to their attitudes when they get really defensive. These mangroves will get on the back part of their body, on their tail, kind of pouncing them up, right? And what they'll do is they'll open up their mouth hissing at you. As you come closer or whatever, they kind of like a cobra almost. They lunge at you.
Yeah, look at that. When you move, sure they can bite you.
Pretty intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. I've had one of my bigger males actually chase me around the room because he got out, did not want to go back into his tub, and boy, was out of battle. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capture any content or any footage on that, so it's just basically a story for now. I tell you right now that won't be my only interaction with a mangrove like that, because like I said, case by case, they're moody snakes. It could happen at any time. I don't want to go ahead and get one aggravated on purpose. There's enough other stuff out there on YouTube for you to check out, and I'm just not one to piss off my snakes. I don't like to be pissed off.
My nigga.
So shortly after we take a look at the mangrove snakes, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Raekwon, one of my latest mangroves that I got from Dan over at DM Exotics. What up, Dan? Thank you for the shirt. But yeah, we're gonna go and take a look at Raekwon. Raekwon's going through a pretty bad shed cycle right now, which is, hey, it happens, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about what we do to help any snake here in the trap with a bad shed cycle. My method for the mangroves is the same method I use for any snake I keep in here that has a bad shed cycle. So we'll talk more about that. Enough is enough coming from me. It's time to check out these mangrove cat snakes.
That's the sound of the hand. True serum. That's what we call it. And God for the thugs too.
Drop the top and let the sunshine in. Your wood grain, let them Twinkies spin. Get you a glass, mix the coke and the hen. It's quite alright. Put the throw in the wind. Put the throw in the wind.
Collar green neck bone heating. Always wearing my jeans baggy saggy. Florida, Georgia, side khaki lackey. Rolled up, eat spam and sandwich up. Sugar water, egg, mayonnaise sandwich. Share the room with about 4 more brothers. For one home for one, no more covers. A little bad mother. Always wrong and always in trouble. None of my teachers ain't like me. I make it so bad, poor hand said more like me. You brought them the way I did. You got to understand, Trick love the kids. Trick love the kids.
Top and let the sunshine in. Your wood grain, let them Twinkies spin. Get you a glass, mix the coke and the hen. It's quite alright. Put the throw in the wind. Put the throw in the wind.
Chevy, put the does on that. Kelly apple green, loving it. And when a minute I act the fool, you don't like how I'm living, boy, foolish. That's right, I'm a rude. Quick to do you, cut a fool. Weighing that about $1.65 in the camp, plus the boy gets live. You know legs, wings, and SHOUTOUT. Heat 'em up, then switch sides.
Hardcore, working condoms, from lower to the floor. Kill the endure with a loaded 4-4. Is you and inquire more for your mind? Disrespect, I'll disconnect your line. But I sit squat when hot, you get shot. The fire, the fury, you with it not. The style in the grave, yeah, my space and my face. For me and my ace, I lay down the whole place. Recognize, this is a verbalized surprise. With me and Wayne Wild. Close shows, hoes, goes, big old bank rolls, that's all I know. Throw your elbows, I'm slicker than I'm supposed. Gun shows, cause my jewelry froze, you know how it goes. The young don't want it like that. Go off and get your gas, silence your chit chat, blast. So pass out, last, foul, fast, oh, sticky toe, tricky to the trick, like trash, low, thriller, or go, thriller, flow from a hood chiller. Come clean, looking mean, but you ain't no killer.
Trick love the kids.
Top and let the sunshine in. Your wood grain, let them Twinkies spin. Get you a glass, mix the coke and the hen. It's quite alright. Put the throw in the wind. Put the throw in the wind. Top and let the sunshine in. Your wood grain, let them Twinkies spin. Get you a glass, mix the coke and the hen. It's quite alright. Put the throw in the wind. Put the throw in the wind.
Yeah, beyond the rims and all the dro and all the smoke. My throat, it makes me choke like a serial killer. Was squeezing on my throat box. In the clutches of danger, but not a stranger on the block. It's the chief of beat, blowing my chest up, beat. Ride from the club, try my best not to mess up. A professor of this lyrical thing. I take the purest strain of this slang and inject it into your veins. Did your heart stop, man? Drop top fade. Aviator shades with a rear front face. Moving through the dirty at a slow pimp's pace. Kinda like the turtle and the rabbit in the race. To the finish line, I jumped a pair of Reeboks. So bright, so fresh, snow white with no socks. Then I slipped on some of that O with the wing. I busted straight out the pack like a 3-piece of a lat. Did before you slack, yeah, you got to prepare it in Mac. Yeah, with your jacket over track. Shit, not intended for any illegal purposes like anthrax and smallpox and surplus to murderers. You got to understand, Trick love the kids. Trick love the kids.
Top and let the sunshine in. Your wood grain, let them Twinkies spin. Get you a glass, mix the coke and the hen. It's quite alright. Put the throw in the wind.
That's the lineup, guys. So one of the males happens to be a loner male that was sent down to me. Shout out to BOIGA, man. His name is Aaron, goes by BOIGA, man. Guy has a killer collection of BOIGAs. He's definitely worth checking out. But man, that's my boy up there, trying to get these mangroves going and stuff like that. I know we are onto something. I got a mangrove male from him that we're keeping here. He's doing very, very well. We're gonna be pairing him up in the next couple months or so. As soon as it starts to get cooler, as the season reaches, we're gonna start pairing him up. Now Raekwon's definitely gonna be one of my top breeders. He's somebody that I just inquired, like I said, from Dan over at DM Exotics. We're gonna go and take a look at his stuck shed right now. I'm gonna show you what we're doing to kind of help him with his shed, and just little, some techniques that work for me. They may not work for other people, but hey, this is something that I've been doing for the last 3 years with any snake that has stuck shed, and for the most part, it works like a damn charm. This method will at least remove any kind of stuck shed on the eyes, okay? And that is the most important thing you want removed, is any stuck shed on the eyes. Like I said, that will put stress onto the snake. If a snake can't see, it's not going to want to eat for the most part. Some of them will, but like I said, you just don't want a piece of skin to be covering that eye, okay? I feel like it could lead it to other problems. So basically, we use that Q-tip, brush it along the eyes. After it's been soaked, voila, gone, okay? So let's take a look at Raekwon. Let's see what we can do about his stuck shed. All right, so trap tip on how to help with a bad stuck shed. Mangrove snakes typically can have a really, really bad shed cycle. This is Raekwon's very first shed cycle since picking him up from Dan from DM Exotics just about 3 months ago, and he had a pretty bad stuck shed. So I had to even remove stuck shed off his eye caps, which I'll go ahead and do in a different episode, because there is a good technique on how to remove stuck shed from an eye cap, because eye cap stuck sheds aren't good for the snake's eyes, so you want to make sure you remove that. So there's a cool technique on how to do that, and I'll go ahead and put that in my video, probably next time I run into that issue. But I went ahead and removed that. A week later, his shed started to kind of come off, but it's still really stuck. So typically what I'll do is, you want to go ahead and get Dawn or Ultra or Dawn Original, just any Dawn Original soap, right? And then you want to again get warm water. Make sure the water is about 75 to 80 degrees temp, and then you want to go ahead and put the Dawn soap into the water. Make sure that there's enough where you see bubbles, and then you want to let him soak in here for at least 30 minutes. I've done a couple hours. I mean, this stuff's really not harmful for any kind of animals, so you don't have to worry about it. I've even heard people soaking their animals overnight, so it's totally safe. You can do that, just depending on how bad the stuck shed is. Probably gonna let him soak for a little bit longer, because like I said, his shed's pretty bad. And then I'm gonna go ahead and help him remove it. So, now depending on how your snake attitude is, Some might let you remove some of their stuck shed, but basically after they've been laying here for a while, you just want to go down and just kind of feel for their skin and just help them peel it off basically. And that's how you help remove. Raekwon, beautiful snake. Even with this bad stuck shed, still looks gorgeous, but I can't wait to get all that skin fully off. He will probably need another soaking or two, which is fine. So guys, basically, if the skin does not come as easily off as it should be coming off, you just have to repeat the process maybe 2 or 3 times. Maybe soak them a little bit longer than you did before. But just going through that process, eventually that skin will come off little by little. But the more important thing that you can do is making sure that there's no stuck shed around the eyes or the face, okay? Raekwon has been eating. Even though he has stuck shed on his body, he took down a chick like nothing. So he could eat because he could see. So he's still hungry, he's still going to eat. But more importantly, we just want to help him with the rest of his stuck shed, okay? So Raekwon the chef, I can't wait to get him paired up with some of my lovely females. That reduced pattern Mangrove is going to be amazing female to get paired up in the next year or 2. So lots of cool stuff to come with the Mangrove cat snakes. That was some exciting stuff to show you guys. You know, like I said, maybe someday I'll show you an aggro version of a Mangrove cat snake, because I can tell you right now that is the part that makes Mangroves Mangroves. Mangrove cat snake upset, or if you have a Mangrove cat snake chase you around a room, bet. Shout out to everyone out there who's out there grinding on a day-to-day basis. Don't stop doing what you're doing. I know it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to kind of get discouraged. But understand that if you're in this hobby, you're in it for a reason. And this is a time-consuming hobby. It's going to take lots of time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take a lot of dedication. So if you, as long as you're dedicated to what you're doing and you stick to the program, nothing to worry about. So people who've reached out to me for advice, asking me what I've done to stick it out is, you know, I just kind of be grateful for what I have. I look at what I have and I don't worry about who has what. You know, I do look at others who have snakes or animals that I want someday, but it doesn't, you know, make me jealous, you know. It does something differently to me. It makes me excited, you know what I mean? I look at people like Miguel, you know, Justin, you know, Corey at Toothless Reptiles, Forrest Fanning. I look at these people as a big group of motivation for me. I want to exactly have everything that I dream for about having, but I also know that it's about being patient and trusting in your process. I'm still well into my process. I feel like I'm always going to be in a process because I always want to continue to learn. And I feel like I've only gotten to where I'm at because I'm not settling, thinking that what I know is all I need to know. No, man, this is a hobby where you just constantly learn day to day. I've talked to people who've been in this hobby, you know, since I was like 5 years old, and I'm 34 years old. So people who've been in this hobby for almost 30 years who are still learning themselves. I mean, we're dealing with animals here. There's no rule books when it comes to these animals. I mean, there are do's and don'ts, but at the end of the day, you can't put rules on this. You know, this is a hobby where, you know, rules get broken on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? So you never know what's going to happen.
Message!
That's basically it. So shout out to everyone out there pushing on a day-to-day. It could be anything. If you're out there pursuing something that you love to do, good for you. Good for you. I hope you succeed at it, and I hope you stick to it. But that's all I got to say on that part, guys. I do appreciate all my trappers out there. Again, I appreciate all my new trappers. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you'd like to see. Lots of feeding videos, lots of, you know, demonstrations on pairings that I'm going to be doing here this season. Lots of cool stuff to come, guys. It's not going to be boring. I can tell you that right now. So my passion, my goal is to get everything out there to you guys, let you know what the trap's doing. The trap made a lot of noise this year, still making a lot of noise. Next year, it's going to get even louder. So guys, I appreciate you coming along on this journey because it's only going to get better. So get ready for some serious stuff because it's going to go down. All right, so be ready, be ready, be ready. Love each other, take care of each other. Everybody love everybody, and we'll see you on the next session. Take care, guys.